Welcome back to Story Vaulted. Today, we are doing something a little different. I have been doing a massive deep dive into the history and secrets of Stranger Things Season 1, but instead of me just reading you a script, I wanted to try an experiment. I took all of my research notes, the lore, the production secrets, the Dungeons & Dragons references, and I fed them into an advanced AI audio model. I asked it to have a candid conversation about what makes Season 1 a masterpiece. The result? It's honestly kind of mind-blowing. It captured the nostalgia, the horror, and the friendship dynamics perfectly. So, sit back, grab a waffle, and listen to this AI deep dive into the mysteries of Hawkins, Indiana. Let's roll the tape.
Welcome to the deep dive. You've given us the source code for what is, a true pop culture phenomenon.
It really is. The mystery, the friendships, the monster in the dark.
Exactly. And our mission today is to take a deep dive into the very beginning, Season 1 of Stranger Things, and really distill what made it all work.
It's the perfect place to start. This season sets the grammar for the entire series. We're thrown right into Hawkins, Indiana, 1983.
Such a specific nostalgic world.
Completely. It's this masterful blend of 80s sci-fi, horror, family drama. And the sources are clear. The Duffer Brothers were borrowing directly from films like E.T., Close Encounters, and definitely the darker side of things like Alien.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The genius of the opening is how it just drops us right into the central conflict. We start with the four friends, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and Will.
Playing Dungeons & Dragons.
Right. And they're facing off against this powerful, fictional beast they call the Demogorgon.
And what's so fascinating is how that game is used as a media foreshadowing. They're in the basement playing this fantasy game, and almost the second they finish,
reality just mirrors that fantasy. Will Byers vanishes. He's gone.
And it becomes clear really fast this isn't just a missing persons case. He didn't run away. He was taken after encountering a creature that escaped from the Hawkins National Laboratory, HNL.
That one event is the trigger for everything.
And as the friends start their search, they don't find Will. They find the real core of the mystery. This terrified, silent little girl in a hospital gown.
Subject 011, L.
Exactly.
So that discovery really is the turning point of the whole deep dive. What do the sources say about why she's so critical to understanding HNL?
Oh, absolutely. The history there is, well, it's deep and it's dark, and it connects directly to real-world horror. Elle isn't just some girl with powers. She's the product of the lab.
Her mother, Terry Ives.
Right. Terry Ives was a subject in the real-life CIA Project MKUltra experiments, and she was pregnant at the time.
Which is how Elle was born, with these incredible psychokinetic abilities. The telekinesis, the mind projection, it's all a result of that.
And that dynamic she has with Dr. Brenner, calling him Papa, is just chilling. He was the one subjecting her to these cruel experiments, testing her powers, exploiting her.
He was exploiting a tragedy, really, these illegal government experiments, all for his own scientific agenda.
Precisely. And they used extreme isolation to do it, mainly through the sensory deprivation tank.
Which the boys later replicate in that great 80s ingenuity scene.
A total classic. Elle called this tank the Void, or later, the Nina Project. It's just a pure, neutral canvas for her mind, no sensory input, which let her spy psychically.
Initially on Cold War adversaries, right? Russians?
Yes. But this raises the critical question of the season. How did the Demogorgon get out in the first place, and how does Elle connect to that?
That's the whole ball game.
Well, the sources confirm the, let's call it the original sin of the series, happened right there in the Void. Under Brenner's orders, he pushed her too far.
Forcing her to make contact.
Forcing her. She makes this terrified psychic contact with the monster in that mental space. And that one powerful action caused a tear in time and space. It physically ripped open the gate at HNL.
The portal.
The portal. That's what lets the monster into Hawkins, and at the same time, it's what lets Elle finally escape Brenner. That tear is the nexus of the whole conflict.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. The actual mechanics of the Upside Down. The show introduces this so seamlessly. The boys have their D&D name for it, the Veil of Shadows, and the sources describe it as this dark, dead, decayed parallel dimension, a mirror version of our reality.
And the connection between the two dimensions is surprisingly visceral. It's tangible, which is what makes the horror feel so immediate. We see three key ways they interact.
Okay, so what are they?
Well, first you have the electrical disturbances. This is how Joyce Byers uses those iconic Christmas lights.
The Ouija board.
Exactly, the Ouija board. She realizes Will is manipulating the only visible energy source he has access to, and he's driven by his favorite song, The Clash's Should I Stay or Should I Go?
That specificity just grounds the horror in this raw emotional desperation. I mean, Will is literally stuck inside the walls of their home.
Just in that dark mirror world. Beyond the electricity, there's magnetism. The compasses the kids use all go haywire near the main gate. They stop pointing north.
A perfect, subtle clue that the laws of physics are bleeding into one another.
Right, and finally there's physical entry. The Demogorgon uses these small temporary portals to hunt, ripping through walls, and that's eventually how Hopper and Joyce get in, through the massive permanent gate at the lab.
And what about the hunter itself? The Demogorgon is just pure nightmare fuel.
It really is. Humanoid shape, these unnaturally long arms, and instead of a face, it has these 5 unfolding petals of teeth.
But how does it hunt? Is it just random, or is there a predatory logic to it?
Oh, there is a very specific, terrifying logic. It's purely predatory, and it's drawn intensely to blood. But if you connect this to the bigger picture, the sources offer some complex biological theories.
You're talking about the alien connection, the facehugger parallel.
Exactly. We see Will in the Upside Down, and he's hooked up to this gross, organic, fleshy web. He's being used for something.
As an incubator.
The theory is, yes, an unwilling incubator.
Yeah.
That the slug-like creature he coughs up later is actually a juvenile Demogorgon, which makes his rescue only a partial victory.
That's truly unsettling. Okay, so while the kids are dealing with interdimensional biology, you have these parallel investigations unfolding. The kids, and then the adults and teens.
Right, let's start with the middle schoolers. Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and Elle. Their mission pretty quickly changes from find Will to protect Elle.
Protecting her from the bad men.
Exactly, and this is where that core friendship just solidifies. You get those classic moments, feeding her egos, the ridiculous wig and dress makeover from Nancy's closet.
And this is where Mike and Elle's relationship really blossoms. That protective bond, which leads to their first kiss. And of course, we have to mention Elle, absolutely humiliating the bully Troy.
A powerful moment. Though, proof that Elle was not above a little petty revenge.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the adults are working through their own grief to get to the conspiracy. Joyce is just unwavering. She knows Will is alive. She rejects that fake body from the quarry.
And Hopper's personal drive is so key here. He's haunted by the death of his daughter, Sarah. That unresolved grief is what makes him believe Joyce when no one else will.
It gives him the courage to break into the morgue, confirm the body is stuffed with cotton, and connect all the dots.
Yeah.
H&L, MKUltra, Terry Ives. It all leads back to Elle.
And then you have the high school drama, which basically becomes an accidental monster hunt, and it's all driven by Barb's disappearance.
Poor Barb.
Yeah. Nancy is with her boyfriend, Steve Harrington, and Barb gets taken by the Demogorgon from Steve's backyard. That's the catalyst for Nancy's whole investigation.
She sees the monster in that photo Jonathan took, which, okay, was a little stalkery of him.
A little, yeah.
But it makes her realize her mom's crazy claims about a faceless creature are true. And it forces Nancy, the popular girl, to team up with Jonathan, the outcast.
And this leads directly to the fantastic redemption arc of Steve Hart.
Oh, Steve Harrington. He starts as such a classic 80s douchebag, vandalizing things.
He really does, but when the monster shows up at the buyer's house, Steve comes back. And not to save himself, but to protect them. He helps them set that trap.
The nail-studded bat, the fire, the bear trap, that's the start of his heroic arc.
Absolutely, and that unlikely team-up sets the stage for the climax. Hopper and Joyce make a deal with Brenner.
A terrible deal. Hopper trades Elle's general location for passage into the Upside Down.
It's harrowing. They go in, they find Will barely alive, hooked up to that repulsive, fleshy machine.
And at the exact same time, Brenner and his agents corner the kids at the middle school. All the storylines just converge.
They do. The injured Demogorgon, drawn by all the blood, arrives. It kills the agents, and seemingly Brenner, too, which lets the kids retreat to the science room.
And in that room, we get the sacrifice. 11 confronts the Demogorgon and uses all her power to just disintegrate it. Raw, incredible energy, but she vanishes with it.
So what does this all mean for the immediate aftermath? The battle is won, but the price is high. Will is rescued physically, but he's traumatized. and the season closes 1 month later.
Setting up everything that comes next, we're left with these two huge cliffhangers.
First, Will secretly coughs up that slug creature, and then he has that shocking vision of the Upside Down. It confirms he's still connected, maybe infected.
And second, L's status. It's uncertain, but there's hope. Hopper, who's finally letting himself care again, leaves Eggos in a box in the woods.
A subtle but powerful hint that she's alive and maybe they're in contact. Plus, you see the conspiracy is still active. Newspaper clippings show H&L secrets are leaking, and Hopper gets into a black government car. His entanglement is far from over.
And that's the complexity of Season 1. It's this expert mix of 80s culture, real-life conspiracy theories like MKUltra, and classic D&D horror tropes.
All centered on this group of loyal friends who save the day. For now.
That friendship is what hooked everyone. But I think we have to leave you with one final thought, rooted in that last creepy scene with Will.
Yeah, the greatest mystery isn't really where 11 went. The show hints at that. The real question is about the long-term effects of the Demogorgon's biology. Was Will just held captive, or was his body truly used as a host? Is that slug he coughed up the sign that the Upside Down's infection has now permanently taken root in Hawkins?
A chilling thought, and maybe the true opening of a much, much larger gate. But that's a deep dive for another time.
That was surprisingly human, right? It really nailed the connection between 11 and the Demogorgon. But I want to know what you think. Did you enjoy this format? Did the AI miss anything huge? Let me know in the comments if you want me to do this for Season 2, or if you prefer the classic storytelling format. Don't forget to like and subscribe to The Vault for more pop culture mysteries. Until next time, keep your lights on.